Hey, what's going on, everybody? So one of the most important things to know about Kartra, and a couple of things we're going to dive into, is that I have built websites on Wix, WordPress, Weebly, GoDaddy, Squarespace. I mean, you name it. I mean, Shopify. Look, there's another one called Funnels. There's another one that's out there. There's so many softwares out there. Where do you start? What do you do? And I have gone through so many different variations of software and tech to know that where pricing, functionality, and design all do matter. No matter what people tell you, yes, ugly funnels and ugly websites do convert because it's straightforward, simple, and you don't have time for all the fluff and the frill and all that. But the fluff and the frill, the showmanship, does not need to elude and replace the functionality or the profitable side of it, but also, too, it does have its place. So one of the things I have found with Kartra, and you'll see it in the descriptions with this video, that you're going to find a link in there, and I'll show you how to actually back hack one of those things where the trial will give you 14 days by default. But also towards the end of this video, what I'm going to do is show you how to double that trial over from 14 days to 30 days within 2 seconds. I go into that when clicking that link in the description. So let's just jump into it and kind of talk about some of the basic functionalities of Kartra and why it does make a lot of sense. Because when it comes down to different parts of your business, everything does count and everything does matter, but also too, your simplicity and the time that you spend in the software is extremely important. Because if you're over here learning something new that you don't necessarily need to be doing, and then you're going to spend a whole bunch of time with it, then what's going to happen is you're going to spend more time doing that than you are actually in your business. And that's not where you need to be at. My dad owned a tree business for like 20 years before he ended up passing away when I was 18. I'll be 28 in April this year. It's 2020. But one of the most important things was that I learned is that because my mom did the books for my dad when I was growing up, and I'm the oldest of 3 siblings, and I remember 3 siblings. Sorry, I felt weird doing this. Oh yeah, it made me feel like Wolverine. But yeah, I was the oldest of 3 kids, and my sister was I was 10 years old. My sister was 5, and my brother was just being born. He's 18 now. But when my parents ended up divorcing, and when it comes down to technology and seeing the different components of how it plays into your workflow every single day, it does matter. At the end of the day, you don't need a website to sell yourself to people and connect with them and have them hand you a check. However, just because you can't do that doesn't mean it's going to be sustainable when 5 or 10 new clients come to you or customers come to you needing your service. So that way you can actually streamline the front end of the business, but also help with protecting the vision and the guts and the engine of the business. So your vision needs an engine, so to speak. And one of the most important things is that you have a calendar here with Kartra that you can actually, and you'll see here, I'm gonna pull it from the pencil right here, but you have the calendar element right here, which is actually really, really helpful because it hooks into Google Calendar, it hooks into, if you use Apple Calendar or anything of that sort, it'll hook into that. So when people go from the website, go to an application, which that is one of the things we'll jump into here when it comes to forms, because when it comes to forms and having an application or any type of way that people can fill out information and know where they're at, it's even better to know you can actually confirm it with an email, right? And then also with a text message. Oh, love it. The coveted text message. Everyone needs a text message. Everyone needs a reminder. Because I know that you and I both know, you can send me an email, probably going to see maybe 1 out of 5 times, so 20% of the time, probably maybe half the time that I would getting bombarded or annoyed or reminded by a text message. Not bombarded or annoyed, that's not the goal, but a lot of times you get way more higher click-through rate or even response rate from a text message compared to an email. But again, going back to what we talked about beforehand with functionality, pricing, and design, when it comes to Kartra, they all do matter. And so it's important that you want to get in front of those people, connect with them, and also have them respond back to you. Having them respond back to you is kind of important, okay? But also too, you don't want to go overwhelm them and go over the top. But one of the most important things, kind of going back to it, is that with answering a lot of questions on the front end, helping you understand and knowing where people, where they're going to ask a bunch of questions. Just because they ask questions doesn't mean you have to be the one answering it, okay? I don't care how important it makes you feel, all right? You have to make sure that you connect with folks in a way that's actually going to help with actually understanding where they're at and having your own knowledge base and your own help desk that will also capture people as a lead and connect with them to start a conversation is extremely important, because it's one thing to know, and because when you have like data tracking on here, we'll dig into that here in a second. You've got your analytics up here as well. You can see here that this is more so on the affiliate promos tab. That's where I'm at, so you can see all this up here. But one of the biggest things is that when it comes down to understanding where your customers are at, what really concerns them the most, having your own knowledge base when it comes to the help desk right here, that's so important. It's so vital, because if you can go in there and check in and see, okay, that they can phone call you, they can shoot you a message, or even if you're a remote business, a Skype message, right? All ties in directly, and you can track a lot of that too, which is really cool. And so when it comes down to you being able to connect with folks on where they're at, on their level, and also to have that help desk even pre-sell and pre-frame for you, like what? And so it's super cool, because when you can have a help desk that actually leads with helping them, instead of just running them around a rat race of redundant things that don't really matter to them, then guess what? Their questions are answered. Right? And it's amazing, because when you're able to connect with them, understand exactly where they're at, that you're not the one there always answering the questions. What happens is it also creates a distancing of exclusivity, because a lot of times, and it's not to say I am very important and you don't need to talk to me. It's nothing to do with that. It's more so saying, okay, look, we have a very busy schedule of people who have already said yes to us. Here are some of the questions and answers for that. If they're not good enough for you, then let us know in our administrative team. They can help you. And that's where a lot of this clicks right here with your admin team. Admin team are the front line of folks that need to deal with all the junk and dumb stuff, right? Let's be real. There are such things as stupid questions. Let's be honest. Because when it comes down to your business, you are answering questions. This is your baby. Like, you started this with a vision in mind, and you don't need to be spending your time answering questions of people who are, I don't know, or like they're contemplating doing business with you. They need to know that you're actually the one there that's actually getting the job done, or making sure the job gets done, and that you're not over here just answering text messages all day, because you have other stuff you got to do. And if they don't understand that, they need to learn boundaries, for one. But also, too, you're looking at a lot of different integrations when it comes to Kartra. Kartra really does integrate into quite a bit. I'm telling you about all of this, but why don't I just open all of it up? I'm going to clear all this drawing off. You have different integrations when it comes down to, you can see here, Google Calendar. You have Stripe. Twilio is a very important platform that I love to integrate into Kartra and use. You've got Braintree, Authorize.net, who has different payment processors, digital access, Kajabi's membership, Mailgun is an email provider, Elastic Email. A lot of the stuff is taken care of within Kartra itself, but if you have an existing email provider, you can actually link this right into it. But also, too, if you don't have exactly those different integrations into it, you can actually create an app within Kartra through the API. There's a little bit of a developer hat you got to put on with that. But when it comes to Plavo, or I'm just going to put my country accent on it to make it sound decent, so I don't have to butcher it halfway. Plavo is going to be is a good text message platform, along with Optimized Press. If you guys use a lot of use Optimized Press in WordPress right now, Optimized Press in WordPress, then you can actually sometimes people want to jump from WordPress to Kartra, Kartra to WordPress for whatever reason. Some people love simplicity and keep it under one roof and keep it simple. Instead of having to keep up with 15 different subscriptions to apps that auto-renew at different times, you're like, oh my God, and so you go to, you have different ones with Postmark, S2 membership, SendGrid, Wishlist, which is another membership, and Zapier, the all coveted Zapier, love it. So you can hook in a lot of these things and get very creative with it too. But you've got your API here, your IPN as well for shopping memberships. But one of the coolest things for the help desk is that you can actually capture leads. Like, people come in, get these questions answered. You can actually create your own help desk in here. I'll pull up in this really fast so that we can kind of get an idea of it. But these are some of the really cool things. Is that we'll just go to here, demo help desk, and so you can just come here, create the title of it. And the reason why I love to address the help desk first is because this is where you're going to actually create. You can build it on Kartra, or you can integrate it into your own website if needed. And so you can actually section out pieces of Kartra and port them out, park them out like a car. Say, hey, I want the wheels from this one on that car. I want this right here on that one. Whatever you want to do. You can Frankenstein whatever you want to on it. It's really cool. So we'll just have the WordPress media logo there. Design template, yeah, boring. Let's go to some good old good maroon color really fast. See, I look at the bottom right down here, just kind of do like, you're probably wondering how in God's green earth I can flip through it this fast. Keep an eye out down here. Oh, hang on, I thought I pulled my pencil out. There we go, right down here. I just keep an eye on this color right here, so that way if I'm flipping through it, then I'm just gonna come through and be like, oh, well, that's not it either. That's not it. And so you just come through and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I don't want that one, don't want that one. I thought they had a maroon color. Oh, I went too fast. All right, so we're gonna come here, clear all the drawings off really fast. Let's go to here. And so you can upload your own photo here as well. I believe I've got it on my computer. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just upload this one right here. Make sure that it is rock solid and good to go, like Rockstead Joe and Rectify Joe. Roll Tide. All right, so we're gonna come here, just delete the text, just do a space, so that way it's all happy with me and not firing back a bad image. All right, and I believe I've saved everything. So you're going in here, and what's really cool about the help desk, you can set up different departments. Okay, I want you to put your CEO hat on. Think about sales, administrative, marketing, support tickets. You look at tech, tech support. You look at literally like being able to every department that you can think of. You can keep it private or you can keep it public to where when people go in and actually access the support desk, then what happens is they can actually open it up and talk to different people. We'll pull up my WordPress media site. So wait a minute. But this way you can actually open it up and you're starting to look at the different angles and different variations of the support. So this way you can look at sales. Yeah, add this here. It just populates right down below. And so administrative. Let's go to technical support. And you get the idea. I mean, it's one of those where you can just keep it super simple, or you can go as in depth as you want to. We'll just save it there for time's sake. But you're looking at all these things. And remember when I was telling you about Skype, text messages, phone calls, and support tickets? These are all different things that you can actually come in and swap on, set the hours for it. Your support ticket here, average response time, your phone number, keep the phone number there. Then your Skype ID for your sales in those different departments. Like, how cool is that? And Skype is really handy, especially for when it comes down to international support. If you got if you have like an e-commerce store, if you've got somewhere that you want to be able to, I'm going to activate the channel here. Let's go ahead and save that because I love text mensajes. Whoop, hang on. Said update live chat, of course. Live chat, I believe, is extremely important. And let's go to not Jethro. Gotta spell my redneck right. All right. So Jethro's toothbrush, supported products, and whatever products you actually make up here, right up here, which will, I mean, you can look at that and understand how to set it up. You can actually collect payments through Braintree, Authorize.net, and so Stripe and I said PayPal. Yeah, no, I didn't say PayPal. So PayPal, Stripe, Braintree, and Authorize.net. Through Kartra, which is extremely helpful, especially for one-time payments, installments, free trials. I mean, the list goes on. And so we'll dig into a bunch of that later on, but also too, one of the main things is that for your business, you have to go through and look at these different types of benefits and weigh the odds, weigh all of that. So I'm going to be wrapping up this video here in a little bit and continuing it on in a whole another video. But what I want you to remember is that, because I'm also going to show you how to double your free trial, from 14 days to 30 days. So don't leave without saying that. But I want to show you, I don't want to leave without showing you the wiki knowledge base, because one of the most important things is that, like, think about all the questions that people ask you. and think about like all the things that go on in their head. They're like, well, how much does it cost if this happened, if this happened, if this happened, if this happened, then my dog, then like all my other aunts and uncles and everything, and they shed with their hair because they're older, and then my cat's doing the same thing. Like, oh my God, what do I do with all that? And you're like, go here. Like, ask yourself all those questions and then go here. And so you look at categories. A category would be say like, membership-based websites for me, right? And let's see, I believe it's optional for the description. Okay, cool. And so you have membership-based websites, categories, and you can create your own different articles too. So you go in and start writing your own thing. Grab content from LinkedIn. If it's a good post that you think would answer a question, bam, throw it in here. Easy peasy. You don't have to go in overcomplicated and write a novel for every question that you need to answer when it comes to your sales process, or your product, or your service. Because a lot of times, or even your story, go in there and have all that stuff answered in there. So that way, when they're done getting those answers, this help desk, what's really cool, will catch them as a lead, okay? So you get the idea of the category, you get all of this, and then let's go through here and just make an article. So you can see here, you can truly make a cool article that has its own backlinks, that has its own tags. It just helps with SEO, by the way, ding, ding, right? And so this is where, for most people, what is a membership-based website? You're like, what is that compared to compared to our regular old website? What is a membership site? A membership site is where you're awesome and your old one's it's terrible. And so, but a membership website helps weaponize the information you currently to help grow. No, I'm just not kidding. I'm not going to write that, but you get the idea. And so you can come in here, write the response, write the article, get as elaborate as you want to, etc. I put in here the membership website helps. See, I have to go through and proofread it like 15 times. I can write good stuff, but it takes me a little bit to go through it. It's all good. But a membership website helps weaponize the information you currently have in your war chest called experience to help grow your existing community and business while reminding customers who is boss. And so whatever article, whatever like the main subject of that article is, pretty much just framed around the question, long tail keywords on the article tags, and also connect the Jethro's toothbrush right here. We'll just do roll tide, and all of you War Eagle fans can just click like on the video. Watch something hit the dislike button too. Anyways, let's go to roll tide, Jethro's toothbrush, and then memberships. So just throw in a combination of keywords in there and create it, and you get the idea. And you and I both know this is not being published live, so you are a-okay not to put this on a website A. And so you can include a billing section or not, depending on if you have a product you want them to be able to understand what's going on. Usually you want to do that if you are selling a product or you're selling a service. And you can actually allow people to create refund requests and cancel subscriptions all in one spot. You don't have to overcomplicate yourself, nor do you have to overextend yourself either, which is super, super helpful. So let's go to here. Yes. Okay. Execute refunds, manually review that. Help quality control. And then you've got sales right here for that department, which is really helpful to divert that over to that specific representative in your team. And also let them cancel it. Let's see. Yes, allow them to do that. Manually review each one. And we'll go to the let's go to the sales department. And so that way they can help divert any kind of cancellation, right? If you have a team that helps prevent refunds, then your money and your bottom lines will stick in there with you, right? And so let's go to here. Yes, capture them as a lead, because when they're done and they want to maintain the place in line for technical support tickets, they need to enter in their name, phone number, and email, or name and email, whichever one it is. But that way you actually capture them as a lead even further from even to help update their profile, or if they're cold traffic coming in, they want to have all their questions answered, not answers question, but have their questions answered. They go through the whole entire process. You can do that too, which is really helpful. You can tag them on here, subscribe them to any email list that you may have set up in there, especially when it comes down to the communications right here. And we'll go into that in a different video because this is a lot already. And this is just the help desk. Like, oh my gosh. You know, if you have a list of sequences pretty much are a series of emails or text messages or both put together to help really optimize that experience for somebody when they're just coming in, getting reacquainted with it, or being reminded of something, whether it's like a holiday, if it's for a birthday, anniversary, you name it. And so let's go to here, and let's come over here, open back my mouse up, and we'll hit save and go next, and we'll wrap up this video here in a little bit, and I'll show you. So that's it right there. We are complete with that. I'm about to show you where you can actually go through and get the, you can actually look at, one second, let's do this. I'm going to show you that affiliate, the affiliate link that I got for you. There's no ways to put about it. It's an affiliate link. But one of the best things you can do as far as the free trial, this is where you're going to want to do it. And see, these are one of the cool things about Kartra as well. They've got their own affiliate dashboard. And they're one of the things that we'll touch on in the next video is that you have two different levels of affiliates, okay? You have the ability to actually host the affiliates in Kartra yourself. Now, I want you to think, not affiliate, I want you to think referral program, okay? So you think about it way, a lot of times people think of affiliates like, oh, they're the scum of the earth, blah, 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 blah. But you got to think about old school referral marketing, right? You're manually tracking who's referring you, and sometimes it can create unnecessary drama. But who referred who? Oh. You know, and then relationships end up getting burned. And it's some of the dumbest things, some of the most immature things, honestly. So this is a 14-day free trial. Let's go to the incognito mode so that way it doesn't recognize me being logged in. And so one of the things here is that once you open this up, and it's right in the description down below, and you just go to start your free trial. All right, you hit this button right down here. And when this pops up, hit the silver one and make sure it's on monthly. But you'll come to right here, and that $199, don't get scared off because you got to think about this right here. All the stuff that comes with Kartra and everything, it usually costs about, I mean, I can name one platform right now. Like this right here, this whole bundle costs $400 a month. And some platforms and different plugins, there are a lot of free resources, but off the cuff, not knowing anything, you go into it. What happens with Kartra is that you're actually going to cut your expenses down like crazy. And so you look right here, 14 days, boop. Move your mouse off of the page just for a second, and there's your double the trial. And so that's where you can really help with, no, I don't want to double the trial. I don't like free time and money. No, thank you. So you just hit yes, double the trial, brings you right back to the dollar checkout, and that's it. Easy peasy, up and easy. So if you have any questions while you've watched this video, drop them in the comments. I want to make sure that I address them because these videos are going to be a lot of info. We're probably going to break them down too, but hopefully this helps you out a lot with considering what you should build your website on. If Kartra is a good option or not, we'll go into some more aspects of it. I just like it just because of the simplicity of it. But I build on WordPress, Shopify, other website builders as well. But the ease of Kartra is very unique. And I mean, hey, there's a better competitor out there that's not just a whoop to do, kind of overnight kind of platform. I'd love to see it. Yeah, if you guys think of anything else that could rival Kartra, there's a lot of things like Kajabi, Clickfunnels, all that. None of them are better than Kartra from what I've seen. When you look at a lot of the different types of stuff and what they can offer, I'd love to. Well, I'll take that back. For what this is used for, it's a very well-rounded platform, and I'm kind of biased, but just be honest. But one of the coolest things about it is the simplicity of it. But if you guys have seen anything that helps with the ease of this, and also with anything else that may have different good functionalities on it, throw them in the comments too. I'd love to hear it from you guys because when it comes to Kartra, it is such a powerful platform, but I am not married to it, right? So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I cannot wait to hear from you, and I really look forward to connecting with you soon.